Shopping for a new home computer or a desktop for your student, you'll notice as many configurations as price points.
In this week's Compute This, some of the things major manufacturers do to get computers priced inexpensively.
Yeah, Thor Schrock owns Schrock Innovations, and he brings our viewers a little special.
Hey,
Let
Thor.
me tell you, it's a lot easier than shopping for a new weatherman. A lot easier.
We found a good one, though.
So what's the difference? So you have these inexpensive promotional computers, and then you have just a normal computer system. Is there a big difference in those?
Yeah, especially the day after Thanksgiving, the ads come out and you see all the information and they're like, oh, this laptop is $200 and this one's $190. How do you even do that? And honestly, in some cases, we don't know how they do it because we know the cost of the components that goes in to make a laptop, and we're like, I don't know how they're doing that. That's crazy. But there's a couple tricks that major manufacturers will do because when people go to buy a computer, you get the information that's on the 3x5 card on the shelf. So you get the size of the hard drive, the amount of memory, the size of the screen. You know, they don't talk about the speed of the North-South bridge. You'd say, is 680 jammed? You know, I don't understand. No, but I mean, basically in a computer, every component has a size and it also has a speed. And so your hard drives, for example, in a nice computer, there'll be 7,200 rotations a minute. Think of it like a record player. The record player, the faster it goes, the higher the music pitch gets. But the faster the data can come off the spinning disk if it's spinning faster. Those cheap computers, they might be as slow as 4,200 rotations a minute. So almost half the speed.
So it means more frustration for the person who makes that purchase.
More hesitation when you're using the computer. And the trouble here is when you first open it the very first time, if you open a computer the first day and it's slower than you expect on day one, you got a problem. Because if it's slow then, I mean, as software gets more developed over 6 to 8 months, those computers are just atrocious.
So what's the reasonable expectation? If you don't want to bargain basement it, you don't want to sacrifice everything, but you still want a value, what's the price point you'd recommend?
Well, like normally our modular X4s are in that $500 price point. And it comes with a wireless card for $500 and a good size hard drive and a DVD burner and 6 gigs of RAM and all the good stuff. And that's for a tower. So $500, $600 in a laptop, that price range at $500 to $600 is usually where you want to be to get a computer that's going to be a decent value for your money.
Yeah, and you didn't get to the special, though, because you guys have a special that you're offering at Schrock Innovations. I'm announcing this, I guess. If you didn't know about it, I'm letting you know right now. Here's the special right here. What is it?
All right, basically what we've got going on is on the radio show, I sat down and asked our listeners, hey, if we came up with a computer that was designed for home use or student use that didn't cut the corners, but we managed to keep the price point at about $400, is that something you'd be interested in? Overwhelming response, people calling the show saying yes. So this last weekend we launched this computer. This is a desktop tower. It is a tower only, so it's no monitor, no keyboard, mouse. You use all the stuff you've got, and most of it should be compatible. But it's a $400 tower, dual core, 4 gigs of RAM, 500 gig hard drive, all nice and fast, all in, Windows 8, which is going to be on there, and all in all, it's a wonderful computer that's designed for the stuff, because most people tell us I use it for internet, email, word processing, papers, and homework.
So what did you compromise on? Because you had to take something out, right?
Okay, some of the things that we compromised on to get that price down a little bit, this one doesn't have a wireless card in it. So if you want to get it on the internet, you got to wire. You got to plug it in with a wire or add a wireless card. There is no media card reader in the front of the computer. So like the digital camera cards, like our X4 would have a digital camera card in the front. The other thing that we did is we actually dropped the processor from 4 cores down to 2. Most of your software out there today is not designed to use 4 cores yet anyway. And so the noticeable speed difference is negligible in a computer for home use.
I love how honest you are about it. Just up front, here's what it is, here's what you're getting.
Well, there's some things that you can compromise on, and then there's some things it's like anything else in life. There are some things that you can do without the Red Book subscription for a couple months if the budget's tight, but you really don't want to cut your TV out because then you can't watch me.
And this is and this is the time of year where parents are starting to look at gifts for graduates. You've got a student who's going into high school or going to college, and you need a new computer.
Absolutely.
The timing is right on it.
Yep, it's a good opportunity, and I think the price point will be nice. Now, the way we sell these to college parents, it's fast enough for homework, but too slow for high-end video games.
Right.
You will not be playing Call of Duty on this computer.
So they can't have too much fun. So okay, so the $400. So how do people take advantage of this offer?
All you have to do is you contact or come into one of our service centers. Now we're ordering these in quantities of 10. That's one of the compromises we had to make to get the price that low. Got to order in 10 units from our suppliers to get the price where we need it to be. So it takes about 14 business days to get one of these built for you. Just come into the service center. You can purchase one there, or you can call call in to any of the service centers, and all the contact information is on our website at schrockinnovations.com.
Great, but this is limited? It's not going to last forever?
It's 1 week. We're not going to limit the quantity on it, but it's
Right.
it's a 1 week special. We know this. We don't usually have a big computer sale this time of year. This is one of those things that just kind of happens on radio, and you're like, what if?
Yeah.
And then people said they wanted it, so we
It
built
was kind of
we built it.
organic how that
Perfect,
happened.
perfect.
And the other thing, secure updater. If you get one of these laptops, you can get the secure updater package.
Yeah,
right?
you get it free for 14 days. You get a free trial in Norton. You get Word and Excel on the computer at no additional cost. So you get quite a bit of software with it.
And why is that secure updater important for students?
Yes, secure updater for students. The last thing students are going to do is sit around and update their security, their patches on their software.
Right.
Secure updater does it automatically, because the worst thing is if you go to the university, like University of Nebraska-Lincoln, average turnaround time is about 14 days from the computer repair store to get your computer back, from their computer repair store.
Yeah, you
So
can't go without
two,
that
2
long.
weeks without a computer as a student is too tough to do.
Well, the website Thor mentioned is SchrockInnovations.com. Any of these 3 locations work for reserving your special at $3.99 this week only. So we have Omaha, Papillion, and Lincoln. They're also on Facebook, and you're welcome to leave comments there, questions there. Thor and his team will get back to you. I'm making promises on your behalf. I hope that's okay.
No, that's standard operating procedure. We usually talk to people when they talk to us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sometimes we talk to them when they don't talk to us.
We like that.
Thanks.